how are we doing on a night that was supposed to be some baseball action, but obviously Mother Nature, we said earlier, flexing her muscles pretty much for the second week in a row across the area. How are we doing tonight?
Yeah, man. I mean, it seems like no matter what, we ain't gonna get one of these home games in. It was. I'm glad we were able to get 2 in last night, and we're still planning on hosting Ooltewah on Thursday. But honestly, I kind of enjoyed the night off tonight, so I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity, man. So, obviously, I guess just kind of fill us in on your team, up to this point. Like you mentioned, a doubleheader last night against the Ooltewah Owls. And, recently you guys have been a little bit on a tear. I think 6 of the last 7 you guys have won. You split the doubleheader last night with the Owls, but pretty good weekend winning the Yellow Jacket Classic there. So, talk about your team getting this momentum after kind of a slow start and on the hot streak those guys are on right now.
Yeah, we started off the year with some really tough competition. I took them up to kind of the Gatlinburg area for a spring break tournament and got in some good games against some really good teams, Sevier County, Powell, Greenville, some of those names you see all the time in spring fling. And so we kind of took our licks right there at the start, but we're sort of kind of coming into our form and playing kind of how I was hoping and expecting us to. We're going to be led by pitching, and that's kind of already telling the tale. Just need our bats to come along.
Yeah, Coach, in preparation for a doubleheader, you talked about pitching there. How do you approach that differently? Obviously, you had a little bit, we kind of had midweek warning that this was coming with you playing Ooltewah doubleheader, but how do you manage a doubleheader versus just a regular one-game affair?
I try to tell our guys to make it as similar to that as possible. Try to look at it as a single game and break it up. So I don't think we approach anything any differently. In fact, it probably helps us in the long run to play 2 games in one day because, depending on how long you use your starters, they'll both come back at the same time to be able to throw again. So I don't think it really changes anything. Just trying to get the guys to separate, see that it's 2 different games and be able to bring the same amount of intensity or the right amount of intensity to both.
Yeah, for sure. Again, we're joined by East Hamilton head baseball coach Shaw Gamble right here on Off the Bench on Talk 102.3. And let's talk about a couple of those young men there that have kind of been your leaders. Obviously, we had Maddox Bohannon on our show. We were at the basketball game there in January. Carson Newman commit, and you got Trey Crawford as well. I believe those are the only 2 seniors on your roster. So just kind of talk about the mix of that. Obviously, you got 2 pretty good, senior leaders there, but a lot of underclassmen there to help carry the load for your team as well.
Yeah, we're young, but we're experienced. Sure. I think a lot of these guys, had been through the fire last year, and so Maddox is huge for us. He's a huge utility piece. He can play anywhere you put him. His bat's been one of our few constants throughout the year. Trey has become, he's a defensive stalwart, but he's constantly able to be relied on at the top of the lineup. And so they're setting a good example for our younger guys and kind of some of the things I'm trying to push across. And we've got a few junior leaders too with Gavin Husky, emotional leader, Carson Davis. He really makes his presence felt out there. I don't want to leave anybody out, so I'm not going to start naming everybody, but Sure. We're having some younger guys step up in.
Coach, like I said, kind of speaking to a young team, coming off this day, do you look forward to maybe having an Ooltewah, a district team, a rival team, to get up for, or do you guys kind of get up for each game no matter who your opponent is?
That's kind of a tough question to answer. I think we're still coming into our own, trying to find our personality. We've gotten up for some games, maybe not the ones you'd expect if you were to circle it on paper, but I'm not going to be choosy or picky about it. I'll take any kind of fight I can get, and so we're still coming into our own on that. But I think definitely, the guys were excited to get out there against Ooltewah yesterday, and looking forward to hopefully taking home the series on Thursday. Well,
there you go. You set it up perfectly for my last question for you, Coach. Obviously, you split the first 2 of this week-long series with the other school that you share 37363 with in Ooltewah. You got them one more time on Thursday. So kind of talk about, I guess, some of the keys to victory there to win the series and what this neighborhood rivalry or the Battle for Wild Oak Mountain not just mean to you but to the kids on your roster as well.
Well, it's one of those rivalries that even as not being from East Hamilton or Ooltewah, I'm familiar with and from a distance. And these kids, they obviously carry a lot of passion with it. I kind of knew coming in, Coach Hickman, he's got a solid defensive group. I knew, we're going to have to do more than just put the ball in play. So we saw really two defensive pitching battles there in those first two games, and I'd love to see the bats come alive. We're going to need them to come alive if we want to take this thing home.
Well, we're looking forward to that. So, the weather should be pretty decent the rest of the week. So if you're out in the area, go make the trek down to East Hamilton in there and check out the game against Ooltewah there Thursday to end the 3-game series this week there between East Hamilton and Ooltewah. So, well, Coach Gamble, I hate we couldn't make it out there tonight to broadcast the show from the game there, but looking forward to seeing how this plays out, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us here on Off the Bench right here on WGOW. We appreciate it again.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Justin. And, you guys always got a seat over there. Just, try to let me know you're coming so maybe we can feed you too.
I love it. I appreciate that. So, Coach Gamble, thanks again, and good luck on Thursday against the Owls, okay?
Thanks, Coach.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all. See you. All right.